Irish guy, and doing football matches for charity sounds about as pointless as eating the dead skin off an old lady's foot. Wait. Sorry, that was just me exercising the ghost of Lawrence McKenna. No, lads, the Sidemen charity football match was incredible. Listen, you're probably sitting there wondering,
oh, where's the video laughing at England after relegation in the Nations League?
Oh, don't worry, that is coming tomorrow after Germany tonight. Cook you like a barbecued sausage roll. But starting off, okay, on Saturday afternoon, the Sidemen FC took on the YouTube All-Stars at the Valley. And lads, 8-7 win for the Sidemen. They raised over £1 million for charity. Absolute legends. That is incredible. Now, for the granddads out there, you'll probably think, oh, a nice little internet game of football. Surely it'll just be refereed by one of the players' dads. No, it was played in front of, 30,000 people, and it was refereed by Mark Clattenburg. This is a guy who's got the Champions League trophy tattooed on his leg. And here, he was offering to get the Sidemen tattooed on his bum. Yeah, you managed to turn one of Europe's most distinguished referees into a midlife Frankie Kokoza. I mean, I'm guessing if he did do that, his wife would probably whack him in the face with a frying pan. Ozzy, what must he have been thinking? Standing in the middle of the park, after one disallowed goal, and suddenly he had someone called I Show Speed whipping him with his shirt. This is Mark Clattenburg. Managing in the Premier League was tough, yes, but I doubt he was scared about John Terry giving him a wedgie on the pitch, or Robbie Savage flushing his head down the loo. Ozzy, this is like when your parents tell you to behave for your babysitter, and now instead you just throw a person in the toaster and choose to do a poo in her shoes.
Speed, thoughts on your performance so far?
What? But yeah, this Speed character, he's someone who just set off a bunch of fireworks in his bedroom. So I'm just gonna call him the Balotelli of this event. This is a child determined to make the whole thing his own. He is a lunatic. But listen, Mark Goldberg hates Gareth Southgate, right? And so naturally, he decides to dress up like him. I'm sorry, if you wanted to play fancy dress as a true managerial icon of the sport, what he should have done was just ask KSI if he could appear in his next rap video, just so he could look at the camera and do this. Shh. Poor old Goldberg. Here he is trying to get through the Speed. Honestly, I wouldn't bother Mark. A bit like Jose Mourinho trying to teach Luke Shaw how to defend. This is a man who set fire to his bedroom. Trying to lecture him. It's a bit like going down the local nursing home and trying to teach a random old man with dementia to remember the names of his kids. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. And finally, lads, we are so close to 150,000 subscribers, okay? It takes you 0.5 seconds to click that subscribe button. And let's do a contest, okay? For those of you who haven't done it, let's see if you can do it quicker than that. I'm giving you 0.5 seconds. Try and do it quicker than that. And let me know in the comments. Absolute legends. Anyway, back into the video. The Valley is the stadium which has seen some other ballers in the past like Danny Murphy, John Joe Shelby, and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Now, you had someone called Randolph swinging at the ball with all the accuracy of a drunk old man playing whack-a-mole at the fair. And for those who offended that Charlton Stadium was essentially used for the day to babysit a bunch of internet children, Ozzy, some of you will think it's another disgrace that 30,000 people were turning up to watch chunks kick a ball. Well, lads, relax. This is the same weekend where Andrei Voronin was standing up front for a Liverpool Legends team. Legend? What? That footballing dumpster with the goal-scoring ability of a college pie? Lads, in a Legends match, Roy Keane was sharing a pitch with Darren Gibson and Fraser Campbell. Is this a joke? Imagine being Eric Jemba and receiving a golden ticket to a Manchester United Legends game. It's like in 10 years' time if Johnny Depp gets invited to dinner at Amber Heard's house with the tagline, to the best ex-hubby. No, if this was the X Factor, then Jemba would have been the joke act. Stuart Downing was a £20 million winger. At the time, the fourth most expensive footballer in Liverpool's history. And he had to wait 53 games to register his first goal or assist.
No assist? It's not my fault Liverpool strikers missed their chances, says Stuart Downing.
You had Luis Suarez up front, Stewie. Choosing to blame world-class tools like that, it's a bit like a sloppy lollipop lady overseeing 9 deaths in one day and then blaming the children for being colourblind. Just, no? So yeah, calling Downing a Liverpool legend after that, I think if that is allowed to happen at Anfield, after he was mostly about as much use as a mouse's corpse at Liverpool, then I think we can afford to let KSI and Pieface play dress up for a day. Listen, I realise it's probably hard to get former ex-pros to agree to a charity match, but please, don't advertise it as legends. Maybe instead just call it Liverpool versus Manchester United, featuring the only loosely connected former players who were free on short notice on a Sunday afternoon. Ozzy, if you're talking about actual legends for both teams. Why did you not ring up Robbie Fowler, Jamie Carragher, or even Louis Saha? God knows that man's name could do with a good press right now. I mean, maybe let Michael Owen line up for Liverpool before switching sides at half time. I know it's a charity match, but I think if that happens, angry Scousers probably go outside the ground to chuck handfuls of their own poo at his car. But I'm about to say something that's nuttier than a Toblerone. I'm gonna say this. In a world where views can buy you a shortcut towards another career, well then honestly, get Miniminter a football contract in League 2. I put this suggestion out on Twitter and people reacted to that as if I just suggested that you should all kiss your sister on the loo. But I'm sorry, this guy just scored a rating of 9.9 after his hat-trick, including a last-minute winner when he lobbed the goalie from 30 yards. I mean, in the last Sidemen charity match in 2018, he also scored a hat-trick from the centre of midfield, and he did the exact same thing in 2016. That's 3 hat-tricks. And there's a guy who's audibly admitted that before these games, he feels like he's about to vomit up his lunch. Look, I mean, I'm no longer gonna call him by his stage name, because honestly, it just makes him sound like a type of Aldi chocolate bar. No. Get Simon Minter a contract in League 2.
Oh, Irish guy, that idea is so offensive. Why don't you just go and chew off your own foot?
Yeah, I know. How silly, right? Imagine a lower league club taking a punt on a socialite with a huge following. Oh, we've never seen that before, right? Except in 2020, when Crawley Town signed up Mark Wright. You know that Towie Melt who during Soccer 8 robbed a penalty off chunks? Someone who takes these glorified celebrity friendlies way too seriously. I mean honestly, that guy would probably sooner stab his grandma in the eye than let anyone steal his thunder at Soccer 8. But yeah, he at 33 was signed by Crawley, nearly 15 years after playing for them semi-professionally, whilst balancing a career in nightclub promoting. And now, after 9 years of just eating cheeseburgers and drinking beer, he was making his FA Cup debut age 33. Lads, he was playing against Leeds United. Marcelo Bielsa, one of the greatest coaches of the modern era, was losing a match against a glorified Soccer 8 Mannequin. Someone who's just used to dribbling past Will Ferrell, Shane Ward, and that dwarf off JLS. But last year, he was sharing a pitch with Rafinha. Full-on Rafinha, the Barcelona-Brazil international. And he, Mark Wright, was on the winning team. Okay, yes, I know he had a bit more experience at semi-pro level than Minter did, and he even played for England C. But I'm sorry, I don't get the England C thing. C would imply that it's the 3rd best squad of English footballers out there, right? But no, I mean right now, the C team's most high-profile footballer is Newcastle reject Callum Roberts. I mean, he's 25 and just left Notts County for Aberdeen. Why couldn't Minter play for England C? I know right now you probably all think I got a brain no bigger than a teabag, but lads, their left back plays for Altrincham, somewhere where they probably can't afford toilets in the ground. All the players are probably just instructed to wee in their car. I mean, Crawley are at it again. They've said that they actually sent scouts to watch a Sidemen match. Now honestly, I do think there was more chance of Judy Dench bench pressing a school bus than there was for Crawley to offer someone like Pieface a deal. But Minter, why not? Listen, Crawley have already done the publicity stunt thing, but I'm gonna suggest AFC Wimbledon. I mean, I did think about Southern United. I mean, there's a club that used to employ a goalkeeper to just eat pies on the bench. So clearly they're not fussy when it comes to passing a medical. I mean, honestly, Simon could probably just turn up whilst eating a full-on chicken wing. But okay, you probably think this suggestion is ridiculous, right? As it's easy to stand out on a football pitch amongst a bunch of internet geeks, right? But no, I'm sorry. Minter had Noah Beck in his pocket. I mean, he's a handsome TikTok star, yes, but he's also an athletic young man who's 9 years younger than Simon, and he was on the Portland Pilots men's senior team. And yes, I know they sound like an airport drag act, but no, they're a pretty prestigious American team who once produced Casey Keller. You know, a guy who played in goal for USA over 100 times. I mean, last September, Beck played in Soccer 8 and held his own against the likes of Mark Noble, Joe Cole, and Eddie Aluko. What? Do you have 102 caps for England? No? Well then shove that cheeseburger in your mouth. And yet here, Simon dominated Noah. When it comes to internet football, he is the GOAT. I mean, there's a man who's already done a Rabona into Kevin De Bruyne's face, which was watched by 25 million people. I mean, 7 million people just watch him score a hat-trick. He's got 10 million YouTube subscribers, and on average, around 20 million people watch him every single week. Give him a contract for a forward-thinking, modern and young football club like Wimbledon. I mean, it's marketing genius. This is a club only founded in 2004, and it's a team already thinking outside the box. I mean, they just signed UC Jääskeläinen's son. Go get Minter. Go and stick him on a treadmill for a month. Stick him in a grueling 6-week boot camp where he's fed nothing but porridge and gruel for lunch. I mean, honestly, right now, it looks like if you asked him to do 9 push-ups, he'd sooner eat a pregnant squirrel for tea. But honestly, am I insane? Am I insane for thinking that Minter could play for Wimbledon? Even if you just sign him up to sell shirts. I don't know. To me, the guy's a baller. Sign him up. Everyone, go to Wimbledon's Twitter page and send them this message.
Sign up, Miniminter Wimbledon.
Let's get this to trend on Twitter. Because honestly, He deserves a chance. But yeah, I'm sorry, okay? But for those of you that would be offended that one of the Sidemen might be competing in midfield against the likes of Darren Pratley or James Perch in League 2, well, I'm sorry. The quietest player in the middle of the park on Saturday, he's fighting Floyd Mayweather next month. I mean, come on! By the way, I have to talk about this assist. I mean, sure, the marking and tracking back was non-existent, but this is a goal that fell out of one uterus. This was the perfect sibling goal. Created in one belly back in the late 90s. Toby, Tamani, incredible. This is the perfect brother-football relationship. I would compare their telekinetic beautiful partnership to maybe the Hazard brothers. I mean, KSI and Deji, on the other hand, this was in 2019. They would be YouTube's answer to the Pugbas. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have put it past Deji to employ a witch doctor to turn KSI's bandana into poo. But for those of you moaning that I'm covering this match, well, lad, Nico Williams was watching this match. If it's good enough for Nico, I mean, speaking of which, the other Nico, the guy at the back of sneaking into a boxing ring, dressed up as a bottle of pop, well, he bagged the brace. Since when was this lanky cheese string good at football? Lads, this is a game where Will and E played the entire match with a camera strapped to his chest, looking a bit like the Geordie C-3PO. Honestly, he looked more robot than man. Was this Will and E or Wally? I mean, it nearly had the fairy tale ending too, poking in to make it 7-6 with 10 minutes left. There, that was the moment to see the game out Goldbridge. Suddenly, park the bus. I mean, in goal, you would call the dragon. I mean, I played against him at the hashtag United 24-hour match in November. He was a decent, pretty unremarkable outfield player, but clearly had the body strength of a melted Toblerone. Having him between the posts as your last line of defense, this guy should have had security guards either side of him. Just anything, because a slight gust of wind would have probably knocked him into the crowd. Goldbridge needed to shore up the game, but to be fair, on his bench, he had the Mr. Beast boys. I mean, sure, part of a channel with over 100 million subs, yes, but I mean, the combined footballing ability of half-eaten popcorn. Ozzy, these are just kids from North Carolina. And anyone know of any top footballers hailing from North Carolina? No, it's like trying to locate a smile in a children's sweatshop. Oh, that analogy was very dark.
Please, no, I have no idea how to play football.
But you know what? Fair play to these American creators for even willing to step foot on the pitch and embarrass themselves. Because I mean, clearly Logan Paul's image would have been ruined if the new face of WWE, a man who once boxed Floyd Mayweather, was now being nutmegged by Randolph at Charlton Athletic. But I'm sorry, there were 15 goals in a single match on an 11-a-side pitch. I mean, some of these footballers, honestly, look like they had the first touch of a dead pig. Honestly, this is the Addison Gibb we all know and love. Honestly, I mean, it's been weird to see this guy knocking out people in professional boxing matches. Because, well, look at him. He doesn't exactly look like a sports athlete. No, he just looks like that weird kid who used to eat worms in school. You know, YouTube's answer to Ralph Wiggum. I mean, you know how there's this latest rise of these internet personalities wanting to be taken seriously in the sport of boxing? Well, do you think he regrets picking his name? I mean, trying to become a hard-hitting, notorious boxer when your name is just Big Nose spelt backwards? Yeah, sort of makes you sound about as tough as your grandmother's bag of poo. I mean, honestly, I bet some of these guys really wish they could choose another moniker. I mean, Addison's real name is Ali Al-Fakhri. I'm sorry, you were embarking on a boxing career. Your actual legal name is Ali? And yet you're still going with Big Gibber? I mean, in goal, they had Pie Face. Someone who is embarking on an amazing weight loss journey, to be fair. That is brilliant, but also, maybe also shed the name. Because surely when you're on a diet, there must be nothing more demoralizing than still being called Pie Face. Ozzy, his name is Jack McDermott, so why not Jack Mack? Ozzy, Theo Baker is one of the only ones out there who had a normal name. Quality footballer by all accounts, but isn't this guy a fitness freak who competes in triathlons? I don't know, in the second half he looked a bit like a sluggish potato. But just finally, I want to touch on the star of the event. KSI, who is quite average.
I will be the fittest man next week at Saturday at the Sidemen charity football match.
I am better at football than KSI. I am. Yeah, I spent the first half of the video gassing up Miniminter, but I'm gonna say this so very confidently. Yeah, in a boxing ring, KSI would only have to sneeze and I'd be a body back on the floor. But on a football pitch, I am telling you, I would beat this man. I would run rings around him. My stepovers would make him blind. I'm saying this now. This is what KSI was doing on the pitch this weekend, being dominated by a mini Balotelli, a 17-year-old child. Honestly, I want a chance. Okay, I just need one chance. It's been like how Wilfred Zaha keeps begging for a chance at the Champions League. Just one chance, he keeps saying, right? I need a football charity. I know the Sidemen would obviously never look at a peasant like me, but Clash of Creators. Why not? I'm putting my name out there for the next event. For the next Clash Creator, I want to be there, lads. And lads, I will be to that what Miniminter was to this event. Put me on a football pitch against the likes of Thogden and Jackmate, and I promise you, there is only one winner. Anyways, for watching, let me know what you think about the overall charity match. Absolute legends, all of them. Caviling 1 million charity, unbelievable. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe as always. I'll talk to you in a while.